Okay, create the four table spaces. If you already
yeah, I already did it. So
just copy and paste. You can do it in ORCL if you already did in TLSDMO.
Okay, then I'll have to create the users. Right? Or should I just like change the name of the tables?
Yeah, just change the name of the table space. That's it. You can put demonstrate 1, development 1, while testing 1, and production 1. If you already have the script for that you already typed in, you can just copy and paste, so you don't have to type the whole thing again.
Actually, I do not.
Okay. So you can open a notepad and create the table spaces.
Right.
This is the very last day we are doing this. We won't be doing it again until maybe the day of the exam. That's when you'll be seeing SQL statement again. We spend a lot of time. We actually spend 1 week longer than we were supposed to on SQL. So if you didn't have the time to grasp it, there's nothing I can do. And don't try to slow down your group members who did it, because there are more things coming that are even more difficult. Okay, so we want to create a table space.
There is. Okay, demonstrate 1.
Underground bunker Friday night. DC Mayor Muriel Beck.
Anita, there's a typo on Anita.
TLSDMO.
Anita, change it. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, how am I going to do this? What's this? Okay.
Beautiful. Hold on.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Can we get some Decagon?
Anita,
Hmm?
employee move table to demonstrate. I want you to check if is that what you want to say. Like you ended the other one up at A, so and this one is E.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I have to change this. Thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. What did I do? Shucks. 3. I created that table. Okay. Alrighty.
I'm going down there to buy some food.
Okay. Alrighty, so that one's done. I'm sharing my screen. Gotta be quiet. Great.
What do you want?
I'm good. There. No. What happened?
You didn't copy.
So what is this?
You didn't
Oh,
copy.
man.
Just paste. You have to drop them all.
I think I already changed it. Oh, shucks.
That table doesn't exist. Are you connected as the user?
Yeah, I'm connected as dev. Oh Lord. Okay.
So Dev doesn't have that table then.
Yeah, dev doesn't have those extra tables, but then it moved it to demonstat instead of development. So,
You can always move them.
oh, okay, yeah. In this case, can I roll back?
You can try to roll back. But you don't need to. You can just move it to a different table.
Okay. Okay.
Since
Anita, you have an error on the second line.
Okay, you're good. Okay, now that we know how to move, you can skip to the
Okay.
add the column. If you can do the 3, then you can do the other ones. So you can skip to the add the social security number.
Okay. Okay.
Roger. Yeah, what's up?
Okay. So
How's it going?
okay, so I already did the dev schema, so I'll just do for the demo. Okay. All right, I'm done.
Okay, good. Now you can do the other assignment.
Okay, so what had happened was I got stuck.
It's okay.
I
It's
think
okay.
I don't think I created it properly.
It's okay. We'll do it together.
So, okay. I got stuck when I was trying to insert.
Okay.
so I already created that table. So this is done in ORCL. You already created that table, so I'll just drop it.
Okay.
I'll just drop that table. Or should I do it in a different schema? Right.
Yes, you can do it in a different schema if you want.
Why did I change? I'm supposed to do it in TLSDMO. All right, so this is what I attempted in doing yesterday. And then when I tried to insert the values, it kept telling me column not allowed here. So I'm guessing I made a mistake when I was creating the table.
To create. Okay. Let me see. So create table stats. Why are you putting stats between strings?
Doesn't matter. I can take it out.
Yeah. Okay, create table stats. Test underscore ID, varchar 220, constraint, primary key. Date, default is date, name, varchar 220, email, constraint. Okay. Did you try to create it the first time and it didn't go through? Because when you already have constraint with the same name, it wouldn't allow you to create.
What do you mean? If I tried, I mean, I dropped it a couple times. I created and dropped it a couple times.
So you created it with the same name, with the same constraint name. Okay, try to copy and paste what you did. I want to see the error.
Right, okay. Does it look okay? Okay, and also when it came to like,
Looks okay.
when it came to here, I wasn't sure what to put.
Where?
Like, would that be like a check constraint?
Oh, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's first start with question 1.
Okay.
Table created.
Yeah. You create, but then like when it comes to entering the stuff, it will.
Okay, for the sequence, it's different.
do I have to change the name?
You already have sequence 1. If you already have
Yes.
sequence 1, then okay, give it the sequence 2 then. Start with 1, increment by 1. Minimum value 0, mean value 0.
Oh, you have to include the mean value?
Yeah, if you want to start by 1.
Okay. Mean value.
Value 0. Max value. Okay. Good. Now you want to insert. Can I see the SQL statement? Okay. You need to specify the name of the,
Really?
right? Yes, because you have the default values for country, and you know that it has to be empty
Okay.
for it to add it automatically. Because when you just put double strings like that, it would basically put no value. It would actually put no value, like empty space. So that's why you want to remove that, and you remove the comma as well. Yes. So insert into stats, open the parentheses.
Oh, right here?
Yes, open
Okay.
the parentheses. You want to do the first one, Robert Kafasa? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
So
value.
just take this one out.
No, before values. Before values. Okay. Okay, before values. Click on before values, the parentheses.
This
That's where
one?
you put the column names. Yeah. So test underscore ID.
Okay. Test underscore ID.
Date. Comma date. Don't forget the strings. For date. If you credit them with strings, put strings. So even for test underscore ID, since you put strings,
Okay.
put the strings. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then there's a name. Result and country. Country. Okay. So close parentheses here.
That's the last one. Country.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to put country because country should be empty, right? So remove country. After result, you close the parentheses. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you have to specify what you're entering here. So
Yes.
in that case, for like, which question is that? Not this one.
We're getting there. We're talking about the other last three examples,
Yeah,
right?
like these ones.
Without
So
the
the
dates.
SQL will be different, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's good. All right, I need strings here.
Values. Yes, open parentheses for the values. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Let's see. Column not allowed.
This thing drove me crazy last night.
Can you bring it back to where we were? To the SQL statement?
Yeah.
Okay, insert into. Can you make it bigger, like the screen? Then I can see the full, or you can put it on the next line if you want.
Like.
Okay, that's the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Okay. Or do you want like the create?
No, that's good. No, just the insert statement. Or insert into stats. Okay, Name, email, result. Is the name of the column result?
Um,
Let me see. Test ID. Name.
yes.
Okay, name the result. It's good. Mail, result, date, values. Okay, can you put the values? Can you remove the space from between values and yes? Okay.
And this one too?
Oh, okay. No. Space. Okay. After sec2, can you put dot next val, next value, next val?
Do you have to do that all the time?
Yes.
I thought that was only if there was already like a value in there.
No, this is for the next value. Okay. It would add the next value every time. Okay, now do it like this. I didn't see that you didn't put next value. So that should be fine.
Because I even tried this and it still didn't go when I did it.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
One row created.
okay.
Okay, now can you add another one? Just random. You don't need to put the data, the information. You can just change the email address because the email address is a unique constraint. So you can just put something in the email address to make it different. You can make. Okay, now I can insert again.
Okay.
Okay, now select all from that table.
Which table is this? Okay.
That. Okay, I want to see the first. Okay, it started with two instead of starting with one. So can you delete from start? So just delete from start.
Delete what? Delete all?
No, delete from start. That's the SQL statement. Delete, right? From
Yeah.
start. Yeah.
That's it?
Yes. Okay, 2 rows deleted. Now drop the sequence that you just created.
Oh, okay.
So drop sequence 4.
Sequence.
Sec 4 or sec 2?
Sec 2. Yes.
Okay, sec 2. Okay. Now you want to do the same thing you just did. You create the sequence again, and then you enter this time. So you can just copy the same thing again.
And then enter.
And then enter again. It should start with value 1.
So why is that didn't?
Because the first one didn't go through, the first SQL statement.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Now you want to insert this time, and then you insert the second one. You change the email address, and you insert the second one. Okay, now select all from that table. Okay, this time it started with 1, right?
Yeah.
So we're good. Next question. I think the next question is,
can we do these ones that, so for these ones that you don't
let's
the
do
date.
Yes, let's do that one. So the difference with that one and the other one is that you don't put the date. So you remove the date in the columns. Instead into start, you remove the date, right? So you can copy the SQL statement from up there,
Mm-hmm.
and you remove the insert, and you remove the date from the columns that you enumerate. So you remove the date, and you also remove the value date.
So here I am removing date.
Yes, you remove date, and you also want to remove the date on the other side, the values.
Oh yeah, right here.
Okay, good. Now for the email, you can give it any other email. Okay, now you can enter it. So that was basically the only difference between the two.
Okay. So I just wanted to see how it appears here. So this. Okay.
You see that you can see that there is USA even though you didn't enter USA.
Yeah. And then okay, let's see. For this one, it's just gonna be like today's date.
Exactly. You see it's today's date, June 1st, 2020.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Now let's create a bitmap index.
I didn't
We already
realize.
have the SQL for that. Yeah.
I don't know the SQL for that.
Okay. Create bitmap index.
Okay.
Create bitmap index. Now you give it the name you want. Put double strings.
Okay.
Whatever name you want.
You gave the name there, results underscore bitmap.
Okay. On the table name, so on stats, and open the parentheses, specify the name of the column, results.
Results.
Open strings, results. Double quotation, results. Close the parentheses, semicolon. Okay. No, it's result.
Yeah,
I think it result with T, not S. Okay. Okay. Now you want to select all the bitmap index that this user owns. So you're already connected as that user, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to describe user underscore indexes. Describe, DESC, SC.
Users underscore.
No, user, singular, underscore indexes. Yes. Okay. Now you want to have the index name, the index type. Index underscore name, index underscore type. From user underscore indexes, where table name equals stats. Okay, so you have 3 indexes on that table on stats. 1
Okay.
bitmap and 2 normal. Okay, so let's do the last one. Question 5. That's the easiest one.
Oh,
Put table stats in read-only mode.
alter, right?
Yes,
Alter.
alter table, read-only. Good. You commit and you're good.
Oh, you have to commit. Okie dokie. All right.
So you're good. Very good, Anita.
Okay, thank you.
So you can stop sharing. I'm going to share my screen now. We are going to be starting chapter 5. Anyone has any question on chapter 4? If you were not able to do the assignment successfully, if you go back or if Anita shares the script with you guys should be able to do it. So SQL requires a lot of attention doing SQL. I mean, DBA in general, Oracle in general requires attention. Okay, so we are going to start and finish actually chapter 5 today. And on Wednesday, we will be doing some revision. I mean, we will be doing some practice. And then, okay, so basically this happened this morning. The morning class asked to have class on Friday. And Prof came in and some people didn't submit the assignment. And in the morning class, more people actually are submitting the assignment than in the evening class. But many of them are still not submitting. And I told you guys, if I notice that the third of the class was not submitting, at least the third, I'm expecting at least half of the class to submit. But if more than 60% of the class is not submitting, right, that's something is off. So, I mean, if it was just for me, I would have given you 1 more week maybe to try to submit, right? But they wanted directly to have class on Fridays because they feel like their Fridays are not being used properly, like they don't really have class. And I know they meet on Friday. But I know that the evening class, you guys don't meet on Friday. So it's even worse. So what do you guys think? We're gonna have class on Friday? I mean, it's not even a question, it's mandatory. I mean, I'm just saying you guys.
Emil, can I talk?
But what do you guys think?
Emil, can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. The simple truth is having class Monday and Wednesday for me and my group. We have discovered that like it worked for us, right? When we were in DB1, we had class basically like every day. Like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, we had classes, and we discovered that we could barely even have time to even read what we even taught. So also having classes again on Friday. Meanwhile, we haven't understood what we even did on Monday and Wednesday. For real, it's absurd.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay.
Okay, I heard your opinion. Anyone else? You guys feel like you can handle having class? Because the thing is, my class, for example, we had class 3 times a week for DB2. And compared to my class and your class, my class, we did have, I mean, you guys are like maybe 2 sessions behind or something, 2 classes behind, but you have class 3 times. And trust me, we didn't do SQL like you did. We didn't do SQL like you did with me. We didn't do it a lot. It was not at all the same. So that's why I wanted us to take a little bit more time. So that extra time we took on SQL, that might be on me. But for the people not submitting the assignments, even the simple assignment, like move table. Come on. Move the table from one table space to another. You know that the default table space when you create a table for a user would be the user's table space. So you're moving from the users to demonstrate, production, or whatever, right? But just a simple SQL statement, that's even copy and paste at even. That's something that takes you literally 5 minutes. With Anita, right? We started at before almost at like 20, even 30, and we are done. It's 7 now. So that's something that if you really put yourself together in a group, and you guys, and I know you guys are smart, don't tell me that it's too hard. If you guys put your brains together to do it, you guys can do it in 1 hour. You guys are out. We just did it like here in like, how long did it take us? It didn't take us long to do it. If you're really stuck, really stuck, you can ask me at least like, okay, I've tried it. What I cannot find it, and I'll help you if I know that okay, that person works. But I don't want us to like, Anita did it, and then everybody is going to ask for the SQL statement, and everybody is just going to be copying and paste. It's not helping you. It's really not helping anyone, right? So if you feel like you cannot come to class on Friday, the morning class, I wanted to give them 1 week, like let's try to really work harder, and maybe next week, if I see that there is no change, then we might have class next week. But they literally beg to have class on Friday. So for you guys, you guys don't want to have class on Fridays. I don't know what to say at this point. I think we'll just have to wait, Prof, because it's really confusing to me. Like, I don't know. Anyone has something to say?
Yeah, I have a question, Emerald. Are you guys checking the canvas to see if people are submitting their assignment or not?
Excuse me?
Are you checking the canvas to see if people are submitting their assignment or not?
Yeah, I can see if people are submitting the assignments or not, and Prof as well.
So Emma, what about me?
And you discover that most of us are not submitting the assignment?
Yes.
Okay.
Emma, what about me?
What do you mean, what about you?
I mean, like the situation of my canvas. I can't submit.
Okay. Everybody has a reason, right? Some people, they say they can commit. Some people say they were sick. Everybody has a reason, right?
I thought we went over it.
For you, I understand you're okay. That's why I'm saying that if it was just like half, maybe even half of the class would be okay. But when it's most of the class not submitting, I know that there are people who submit, don't get me wrong. There are maybe 20 people submitting every time. And that's morning and evening combined, like 20 or 25. But the rest of the class, they are not submitting. Or they just submit the assignment 1 or 2, right? So we can continue like that. We can.
Emerald, as for us, my group, I feel like we're really productive on Fridays.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're very productive on Fridays. As for this assignment, we were able to, because we meet every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then the last assignment, it was a little delayed, so we didn't get the chance to do it in group.
That's okay. I understand for that one. I understand. That's why I wasn't trying to like, I understand that you may not have time to do it on Sunday, right? So that's fine, or Monday morning.
But I mean, we're pretty productive in our group, so.
No, I know that there are some groups that are productive. I know that for a fact. Even the morning class, they made like 20 people connected, and the other ones, they are just gone. The 30 other people or 35, then they don't show up. You know, that's the problem. Because after I will be moving forward, because I know this. I mean, I was in DB2 not long ago. When people are moving forward, they're on chapter 9, 10, some people will be asking questions about chapter 2 and 3. When you want to actually focus on doing your backups, your transportable table space, someone will be bringing you back to chapter 2, you know? That's why we really need to take this seriously, guys. I mean, I'm sorry for the people who are working hard, because I know that many of you are working hard. I know that. But some people are not working hard.
Yeah, for real.
That's a fact. Okay. Let's just
But
yes.
I think bringing the Friday class now into the program when other people already arrange a program and they know that they don't have a mandatory class on Friday, they don't just change schedule like that.
Right. I know that.
Emerald, I have a question on the assignment that we just did.
Yes.
We had to mention the columns that we're inserting in. Is that always the case, or was that just because we were skipping some columns, or there were some that were default?
It's because we had some that were default.
Okay, but so normally you don't have to name the columns.
No.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, so let's do backup. We'll start with backup today and we'll finish with backup today. This takes like 1 hour to do, but we'll be working on practicing and repairing how to fix. Those are things that we started in DB1, so it's not like new like SQL statement. I know they were like totally new to you guys, but for this chapter 5, I'm not expecting anyone to be lost. It's simple. We did it in DB2, in DB1. We took a long time doing this, actually, I remember. So let's just do it again. Okay, chapter 5, Frontex solutions, user managed backup and recovery scenarios. Cold backup and recovery scenarios. Everybody knows how to do a cold backup, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Emerald.
I need someone's there, one of you guys. I need your one student ID.
61.
61?
Yes.
Okay. Contact. Okay. Okay. So okay, so you want to do a call backup. What are the steps to take a call backup? Okay, what's the difference between a call back? What are the different types of backup?
Cold and hot.
Right.
Consistent and inconsistent.
Right. They're not the only two types, but they're only the two types. Okay, go ahead.
Managed backup.
Right. What are the different types of user managed backup?
Arman?
Yes, Arman and.
Arman is not user managed.
Oh
Actually,
no,
Arman,
you have a copy.
you have cold backup, user managed cold backup, user managed hot backup, Arman cold backup, Arman hot backup. Those are the different types of backup that we know, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, in order to do a user managed cold backup, what are the steps?
We have to know the location of our files, like our control file, ready log files.
Exactly. Thank you. So select name from VDollar data file. You want to know the location of all your files, right?
Yeah.
Not only the data file, but what else? The temp file. Notice that the temp file isn't here, right?
Right.
You also want to know the file the location of your, what else?
Control file.
Yes.
Oh.
Control files, yes.
Could you log file too?
$8 control file.
Oh, I didn't put V, thank you. $V control file. Okay, so this is the location we have for the control file. And then?
Log
file.
Yes. Select member from VDollar log file. right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we can notice that all of our files, the Redulog files, the control file, they are all in //TLSDMO, right? Now what's the next step? Now that we know the location of all our files.
Shut down the database.
Database.
Right. Now, can I do shutdown abort?
They can shut it out anyhow.
No.
Thank you. Why no?
Shutdown about is when you lost a system file or undo file.
Yeah, shutdown abort is inconsistent shutdown. So checkpoint doesn't take place. So if you want to do a consistent backup, it might fail. It might not be a consistent backup because you shut down abort, right?
So are you certain, or you say you might?
What do you mean? Hello?
I'm just asking. You said
you should not shut down abort when you're ready to do a code backup.
Okay.
The shutting down should be consistent. It should be a consistent shutdown, right? Okay. Now let's create a directory. /oradata /backup /TLSDM. Okay, now let's put it somewhere so that we don't have to always come back to it. These parts, it's just revision, so most of it. Okay, so we have the backup location. Now we are ready to backup, right? So we are going to CP. Okay, let's first CD to the directory, which is /oradata /TLSDMO. Let's list it. We have everything here, right? So let's CP everything to the backup location. Oh, your system is heavy. So the first thing you want to do is to recover a database after removing all the files. So while it's copying, let's see. So you see here, it would allow you to see all the data file, the control file, temp file, and log file that you need to back up. And here, it would allow you to analyze all the space requirement that you need in order to perform your backup. So shutdown immediate, okay, CP, startup mount. Okay, at this point, it's not called backup anymore. So, okay, hopefully the backup is done. Okay, the backup is done. Okay, so we are going to, the practice you want to do today is, here we have all the files of that database. We want to remove everything, right? So RM, or you want to remove everything. Okay, now you don't have anything in /oradata /TLSDMO. Now you want to recover the database. What should be done to recover the database? Let's try to connect to SQL. Let's try to start up. We will be able to start the instance. Hello.
Hello.
Were we able to start the instance? Yes, we're able to start the instance because the instance, as long as you have the P file or SP file, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
But since we didn't have the control files, we don't have any file. That's why we were not able to mount the database, right?
Right.
So we can just shut down our board again. Okay, then exit, connect back to SQL. Now, what do we need to do? We want to recover, right?
Right.
So we have our backup location. So we are going to copy everything from the backup location. Okay. Onto CP, everything from the backup location, and paste it and copy it to /oradata/TLSDMO. So just a reverse backup. You can say it like that.
I have a question.
Sure.
I was trying to do backup one time, right? So I connected as root and I back up all my files there. So when I came now and deleted like how we just did it, and I was trying to copy, I copied everything and it went through, but I couldn't change the mode. I couldn't change the mode from root to Oracle.
You couldn't change what?
I couldn't change the mode of the files, like changing from root to Oracle.
Why did you want to change it from root to Oracle? You need to change. That's when you do it to change the user. You use the command shown CHOWN.
Yeah, I did that, but I don't know why it didn't go through.
And something was wrong with your statement. Okay. Now we can start the database. It's always good to have consistent backup like that, so that whatever happened, you can always go back to that point in time.
No,
Okay.
It didn't start up with mount mode.
I didn't start with what?
Start up mount.
No, I just wanted to start up the database because I recovered from the backup, so I know that everything is consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now start a mount. Now let's do the case one. There are different cases. There is a case one, hard backup. Okay, let's first take a hard backup. Before starting the other scenarios. So we are going to create a directory for the backup, right? So mkdir data. So I'm going to call it hard
backup
TLSDMO. Okay, I'm just going to call it hard TLSDMO. And cold. Okay. Actually, don't need to save it. Okay. Now we have the directory. Now you want to do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before doing a backup, always make sure that you select name from $, data file. You want to select name from $, temp file. Select member or members from $, log or $, log file. Put from twice, okay. Okay, and then select name from $, control file. Okay, so we have everything. Why do we do that? Because sometimes your control can be in different directories, and you're already doing different directories. Some data files can be in different directories, right?
Right.
Okay, so from here you want to do user manage hard backup. So alter database begin backup. Okay, that table space database is not in archive log mode, so you want to put it in archive log mode. So let's shut down immediately. Actually, let's first check the archive log list. We already know it's not. Let's check archive log list. Okay, no archive log mode disabled. Use DB underscore recovery file destination. Okay, let's put it in archive log mode. Let's shut down immediate. What do we need to do to put your database in archive log mode?
Database needs to be mounted.
Right, need to start up mount. I'm expecting everybody to answer those questions because we literally did it before the end of DB1. So alter database archive log. Okay, now the database is in archive log mode, so alter database. Okay. Right?
Right.
I can understand for SQL. SQL was new to you guys. But backups, no. That there is no excuse for that one.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now you're going to do show parameter recovery. Okay, we need to change it. You have slash OIDA slash FRA.
Yeah, she does.
Yes.
Okay, now let's do the same thing for the size. Okay, now let's shut down immediate. Create P file from SP file and move forward. Okay, let's start up. Okay, now we are ready to do the user manage hard backup, right? So alter database, right? Begin backup. Okay, so now that the backup started, you remember the live location of all the files in your database. So you will just copy, since you're already in slash or data slash TLS DMO. Also, after the base begin backup, it doesn't matter if you exit SQL, release, you connect back to SQL, it's still in backup mode, right?
Right.
So you need to always make sure that once you're done backing up,
You end it.
you end it. Thank you. So we are going to, actually, let's do it we can do it from here. Let's CP everything because we know that we're already in the right directory, slash TLSDMO. We copy everything to the backup location that we want. It can be any other backup location. It doesn't have to be that. Okay. Okay, now we copy. always make sure that you end your backup. Always make sure you end your backup. It's gonna give you trouble. Okay, so it's done. Now that it's done, alter database and backup. Okay, so the backup is done. Now let's test what we just did. It's basically what we just did. Yes, also for you to check if your database is in archive log mode, you can use the $V backup view. So let's describe it. $V backup. Okay, so you can select file number, status from $V backup. Non-active, so it's not in backup mode. But if you alter database begin backup, let me do it so you can see that. Alter database
Begin backup.
Begin backup. And I check the status, you see that it would be active, right? So
Right.
alter database, and this is just to check the status in case you're not sure. But after ending the backup, you cannot issue the same SQL statement twice. It will tell you that the database is not in archive log, in backup mode, right? Not before in backup mode. So every time you you issue alter database and backup and it goes through, and you do it after 5 days, well, it means that you didn't end the backup. So that's why your database your files are corrupt. Okay. So there are different scenarios. So let's go over them. Now, first case scenario, you lose all your control files, right? So let's do it. You lose all your control file. Let's remove all the control file.ctl. What do you guys think should be done when you lose all your control files?
Can you put a database in no mount?
Why would you put a database in no mount? You just noticed that your control files are missing. Your database is right now open. If you select status from $V instance, you see the database is very much open.
So ML, you just have to alter the database in backup control file.
Backup which control file? They are gone. They are gone here.
Oh, not backup, like recover.
Oh, I didn't list before. I'm sorry. I didn't list. Yeah, they are gone. They are gone, right?
Okay.
No more control files. Okay. Maybe it was confusing. Okay. So the control files are gone. What's the first thing to do?
Shut down.
What kind of shutdown?
Abort.
Right. The first thing you want to do is to shut down abort. Okay. Once you shut down abort, what's the next thing you want to do?
Copy.
Copy what?
It's on this. It's on your screen. The answer is on your screen.
You restore the control files from the backup location, right?
Right.
So you see, come from the backup location. So that's the backup location. So we are going to copy the control files from that location. Slash everything that ends with CTL. You know that only control files end with CTL. So everything that ends with CTL, we copy it from there to slash Oradata slash TLS demo. Okay, now we go back to SQL. What do we do?
Startup mount.
Startup mount, okay. And then what do you want to do?
You recover.
Yes, what do you recover?
Control file.
Right. So you want to recover database using backup control file until cancel. Okay, now here's the thing. Every time you see %u underscore dot ARC, don't use it. It's a waste of time. You wouldn't be able to apply them, right? Every time you see %u, don't waste time applying them. They won't be useful, you see? There's no point, right? So you can see that here, when we issue recovery database using backup control file, it tells you that change 9196498 for thread 1 is in sequence 42. So we are looking for the ready log files that have the sequence 42. Exactly. Those archive logs are useless because we don't need them to perform the recovery. So what we are going to do is exit. Every time it doesn't go through exit, you connect back and you do the same. Recover database using backup control file until cancel. Okay, now since you didn't go through, you want to apply the ready log files, right? So slash Oradata slash TLS demo slash, we know that we need the sequence number 42, but let's do that for the next one. For that one, let's do it randomly. Okay, redo01.log, right? We see that it gives you information. It tells you archive log ends at need letter change. Okay, here it's not giving you the sequence, it's giving you the SCN, right? So the SCN here is 191,000,000 blah blah, and this is what you need, 194 ending with 985 basically. So you don't need that. Okay, so let's exit and you do the same thing. We do database. If you have question, ask. If something is confusing, you can ask.
But I have a question.
Yes.
Does it like, I just want to know, that means we cannot recover the loss of the control file through Arman?
Of course you can, but we are not doing Arman right now, are we?
Nope.
Arman is next chapter, chapter 6. We're not doing Arman. I know you guys know how to recover with Arman, but this is a different chapter. This is how to do that without Arman. Okay. So slash Oradata slash. With Arman, it's not user managed, right? You're using Arman, recovery manager. You're not doing it yourself. I mean, yes, you're doing it yourself, but not really. Okay, for the second one, you want to apply the Redulog group 2 and see if it works. It says that it doesn't have it. Archive log ends at change 936,685. But for you to be able to have a complete recovery, you need the one that ends with 985. You see?
So definitely we do 3.
So let's try with the 3 one. Recover database using backup control file until cancel. Now, people are different. Some people might have the sequence, but for her case, in her case, she had the SCN number directly. With the sequence, it might be easier. You can see that here it says you need the sequence 42. But let's apply the third one. So slash aura data slash TLSDMO slash redo 03.log. And you see media recovery complete, right?
Right.
So the media recovery is complete. So now you want to alter database, open, reset log.
Reset logs.
Every time you alter database and you open the reset logs, the backups you had are not good anymore. Why? You want to, because?
You were saying something?
No, I'm saying every time you alter database, open reset logs, your all backup are not good anymore. Why?
Because I'm sure you need to start from one. The logs need to start from one, right?
What do you mean the logs?
Sequences.
The sequences.
The sequence, they are no longer.
Yes, the sequence number is reset to back to 1, right? So it's not back to 1, and the sequence 42 is not there anymore, right? So those backups, make sure you remove them every time you're done. You go. Let's go back to the backup applications. Those are the 2 ones. The call backup is fine, but the user managed is definitely not good anymore. Even the call one. So every time you reset alter database, open reset logs. No. You list it. You want to remove everything from here. Okay, and you connect back to SQL, and you take another backup. Yes.
We are doing another one, or I don't know.
Excuse me?
I said, could you explain where we are? It's like I'm lost.
Okay, what I'm saying is, every time you alter database, open reset logs, right?
Yes.
You need to take another backup. Because the sequence that you will have in that, this is, every time you alter database, open reset log, you create a new incarnation for your database, right? So it's like a different life for your database. The previous one was one incarnation, and as soon as you open the reset logs, you reset everything back to 1. Okay. So the sequence number is put back, it's back to 1, right? It modifies the SCN in the redo log, in the data file header, in the control files. So everything is back. So it's a new incarnation, even though it's the same database, the same data, the same files, but it's not the same incarnation. Are we good?
Okay.
So that's why you need the backup, right? If you use the old one, they wouldn't have the same SCN number for the previous one. So that's why we alter the base begin backup. Actually, I want to do everything from this directory / aura data / TLSDMO. Okay, let's connect that to SQL. So I'm going to copy everything back to the backup location. So it should be like a reflex. Every time you open reset logs, take a new backup. Always, always, and always. Okay. Okay, it's done. What's the next thing to do? Is to end the backup, alter database and backup. Okay. So now let's do the case 2. We lost all the control files. If you guys remember, right? We did exactly that in DB1. In DB1, I think it was chapter 15. You guys remember, right? You guys remember, right?
Yes.
Thank you. We did that. We did that. What happened if you lose all the control files? What happened if you lose? We did that in DB1, except that here you're learning how to do user manage hard backups. So that's why I'm not spending too much time on it, because you guys should know that already. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, the second case scenario is if you lose all your system data files, right? So let's do that. Let's go and remove system 01. So let's remove system 01. System 01 is gone. Let's connect to SQL. What's the first thing you want to do?
Shut down a board.
Right, you shut down our board. And then what do you want to do?
We copy the data file to the backup location.
What's the word? What's the DBA word? Phrase, sentence.
Recover.
No.
Restore.
Restore, thank you. You want to restore the file from the backup location, right? So you want to CP. Database is shut down. You want to CP from the backup location. The backup location. We need to know the difference between restore and recover. 2 different words. You cannot use them, mix them. Okay, so you want to use the system01.dbf, system01.dbf, and we want to copy it to the live location of our database. So TLSDMO, CP system to TLSDMO. Okay.
Only one file.
Yes, it's systems one. Yeah, that's why, since it's the evening, that's why I'm doing it. I'm going fast because the survey is going to get slow soon. Okay. So system is restored. Let's recover it. Startup mount. Okay, database is mounted. Now what do we want to do? We want to recover. Okay, I'm going to do the exact thing we did in the most, so it's not different. So let's describe. You know that each data file has a number, right? So we want to select file number, name from V dollar data file. Okay, so each number has its number. So the file number for systems1 is system is 1. It's file number 1. So we can just recover data file 1. Literally. Media, yeah. Yeah. Right, that's simple. And then alter database open. And you're good.
This one a left hand now.
This one is what?
Left hand.
What do you mean?
But you won't understand.
Okay. Okay, so
It
that's
means it's so easy he can do it with his left hand.
okay. Yeah, you can do that with your left. That's why it's like chapter 5. It's honestly it's not. It's easy compared to what you guys did before. Okay, now let's do another scenario, right? Another scenario is you lose. Let's actually do it in order. What's the next scenario? You lose a non-system data file. You can give me an example of a non-system data file, non-critical.
Those table spaces.
Table space is a data file now.
Redulog.
Okay. Redulog?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about non-system data files.
Production and the quad testing.
Right. We can remove those. Quad testing and users. Let's use users because it's not as long. So let's just remove users. That one, that data file. Okay, let's list it. Okay, users is gone. The database is open. What do you think we should do?
Shut down about.
Why? It's not critical. It's not critical.
You shut down. Just shut down.
Why? It's not a critical. Your database doesn't need to be shut down.
Okay, go back and restore it.
So you are just going, but we removed it physically, right? But
yes.
Logically, it's still there.
Take it offline.
Thank you. I have to take it offline because physically, right? It's there. So there are two options. Either I alter the table space users offline, or I alter the database data file. I specify the name of the data file or the data file number offline, right? So you can do both. But we know that the user 01 has one table space, so we can do both. We can do the next one maybe for next class, and for this one we'll do alter table space users offline. Data file 4, data file unable to open. No search file or directory. It cannot be put, the table space itself cannot be put offline. So we are going to put the data file itself offline. So alter database data file. Which data file is it? Let's describe V dollar data file. Okay. So select file number, name from V dollar data file. Okay. We should still have users because it's okay. You see that user is still here. I should even have added status so that you guys could see. Let me add status. I should have status somewhere. Yes. Let me add status so we can see the status as well from V dollar data file. Okay. You see that physically user 01 is gone. Shouldn't make it bigger. Okay, you see that physically systems user 01 is gone, but it's still online. Right? I know the way it looks like it's not online, but this is for one. But this is for it. Like this. Change that color. Uh-oh. I removed the status. Okay, let me add the status. Let me make it bigger. It's too small. 25. Actually, 830 will be fine. I didn't put status. Let me add status. Okay. So the number 4 is users, and you can see it's online, even though physically, right? Physically, it's gone, right? The first thing you want to do is alter database, data file 4, offline. Okay, now data file is offline. What you want to do is now you can go back and now what do you want to do now?
Restore.
To restore.
Thank you. Restore. Restore. That word won't let you go though. It's something that you're using a lot. So,
Okay.
so we're going to restore. Another option was to put it. Okay, let's do that for another one. We'll do both case scenarios. So we are going to copy from the backup location. Going to CP from the backup location, user 01.dbf to where we are right now. Flash over data.
No, can't you just put dot?
What do you mean?
Like space and dot.
Space and dot.
Yes. Instead of listing the location where you want it to go.
I could just have leave it like that. It would have copied to that specific, but not space and dot. Okay. Now let's list it. Okay. Users 01.dbf. So it's back. Now what's the next step?
Recover.
Recover data file 4. Media recovery complete. I actually was expecting to apply more. Okay, it's okay. Now, what's the next step?
Auto database open.
Really? The database is open.
It's up. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Database is open. What's the next? We recovered.
Take it online.
Yes, thank you. There are two options. You can put data file 4, and you can put data file open strings. You enter the full path of the data file, you close the strings, and then you put online, right?
Thank you.
So it's optional, whatever you want to do it. I feel like data file 4 is easier, but you can use both options, of course. Okay, so I'm looking for if we have too many data files belonging to the same table space. Okay, here we have demon state 01 and demon state as 01. That's DBF. Okay, let's take that one. Let's remove one of the two. They both belong to the same table space, I believe. Okay, I don't have table space. Underscore DB underscore data underscore files. Okay, so let's select file underscore name, table space underscore name, status, from $, no, actually it's DBA underscore data underscore files. Okay, so let's see which table space they belong to. Actually, they belong to different table spaces. I thought they belonged to the same, but they don't. Child development tab. Okay, so there's no point to do that example. I thought there were two data files belonging to the same. So what happens if one data file goes offline? And what happens to the other ones? So, okay, it's okay. We'll just use those examples for next time.
Okay, Emma, quick question, please.
Sure.
What about a case where you don't have the backup of the file and you lose it?
We'll do that, don't worry.
Okay.
We'll do that.
We're gonna reduce Arman Square, Bello.
We're gonna use that.
because I saw someone.
Arman can only watch you have the backups though. If you don't have the backup, Arman is not gonna help you.
No, it's gonna use a square one now. Since why you should work with something without backing out?
Emma, I saw someone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he actually lost his control file and he went to the other database and copied the control file there and hoping that
of course it wasn't gonna work. Who did that? I hope it's not one of you guys. Okay, let's take a break. 20-minute break. We leave early before 10.
All right. Yeah, there's a curfew though.
There's a what?
A curfew.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so see you guys in 20 minutes. Unless you guys want us to finish now.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
We can be done by 9, so you guys can go rest.
Let's just get done though.
Let's finish now.
Yes, let's just finish it.
You all want to finish now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys like school, eh? Since when? Okay, let's finish then. Yeah, it's almost, that chapter is very short. Honestly, it's just to troubleshoot that takes a while, but the practice itself doesn't take long. Okay, let's remove another non-system data file.
Non-system.
Which one? What are the non-system data files that you guys know? Okay, what are the 2 critical data files?
Undo and system.
Then someone remembers DB1. Okay.
And then the non-system, we have an example.
Exactly. So you can remove example. All of this is part of it's your assignment basically that I'm showing you how to do, so that it shouldn't be headache or hard to figure out. So remove temp. Let's remove temp. Okay. Temp is gone. It's the same. What's the first step? The first thing to do?
Shut down about.
No. It's non-critical. Non-system means it's non-critical.
Put it offline.
Right.
Privacy.
Maybe I need to visit my DB1 node, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
What do you want to describe? Someone say we need to describe. Describe what?
Describe video data file.
Okay. Describe video or data file for what?
Select file number.
It's not a data file though, it's a temp file. Wait, was it a temp file? Yeah, it's temp file. So describe video temp file. So select file number, status, name from video temp file. Okay, it's one online. It's in online, but it's not there anymore. It's gone. This is non-critical. Basically, you can literally be using your database without having any issue with that, right?
Yeah.
So you can literally use your table space without any problem. Using a database without having apparently no problem until you're required to be doing something that will require to have used your temp or whatever other data file, right? So it's always good that even though you see that your database is fine, it's always good to make sure that you restore it every time something is correct. Okay. So what you want to do is alter. You have two options. You can either alter the table space or alter the temp file. What do you guys want to do?
Temp file.
Temp file. Okay. You guys want to do the temp file?
We did the same one before. We can alter the data.
Yeah, the table space. I think the table space is different example because it's the same alter temp file, alter the base temp file offline. So it's the same. So let's put that one offline. So alter table space. The name is temp. Okay, let's first check the name of the table space. Describe v $table space. Okay, select table space number, name from v $table space. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, temp is not even in order. Okay, whatever. So temp is the 3. Okay, so alter table space 3 offline. Now you can put offline or offline immediate. If it's like early it was giving an error that the file was not there or whatever, you can just put it offline immediate. So let's see. Alter table space. Let me put the name of the table space. Temp offline. Oh, let me change that. Something is wrong. I should be able to do that. Let me do it. Alter table space temp. Offline. Before temporary cannot be brought offline. Okay. It cannot be brought offline. Do offline immediate. I cannot put it offline, and I cannot issue offline immediate for that one.
Offline about.
No, it's
No.
offline immediate. Actually,
No.
I did that because I wanted to use offline immediate.
Brand or local.
Okay, I cannot. The temp file is gone, so it won't let me do it. So I'm going to alter the temp file itself. So I'm going to alter database temp file 1 offline. I wanted to use the other example, offline immediate. Unfortunately. Okay, but it's okay. Okay, now that the temp file 1 is offline, what do we do?
Restore.
Right, we want to restore. So we are going to CP from the back application, which is that one. That one. Okay. Oops. That one. It's temp 01.zbf, and put it in Aura data /TLSDM. It shouldn't take that long. The server is really slow. Okay. Now let's connect back to SQL. What you want to do now?
You want
Recover.
to recover?
Yes. Recover. Temp file 1. No.
Thank you. Maybe you have to put database temp file 1.
Recover database temp file
1, yes.
No.
Right.
Wait, let me first check the, oh. I think it's still, let's check the status.
Recover database temp file.
Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see. Probably. Because for data file, it's just recover data file. Let us see. Doesn't work. It's not a super statement. Okay, I'm going to specify the name of the. Okay, wait, let me see something. Did we put it offline? Yes. Let's just put it back online. Let me describe $temp file. Okay, let's select file number, status from $temp file. Okay, it's offline. Enter database temp file 1 online. Database altered. It's online. It didn't need recovery, basically, because it's a temp file. Okay, so we are good. For temp file, it's actually even easier. We don't need to recover.
Can you try to list it and see if it's there physically?
It's there physically. Okay, let's go.
Of course, it was restored, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's back online and it's restored. So it is.
So meaning you don't need to take it offline, or you take it and bring it back and you don't need recovery?
What about my example?
But if you didn't need it, wasn't it supposed to say that the temp file doesn't need recovery? It's a missing keyword.
It said missing keyword, but when we put it back online, we wouldn't have been able to put it back online if it was inconsistent.
Okay.
You cannot put a data file online if it's not consistent. We tell you that that data file is not consistent with the rest of the database.
Oh, let me see both. What about my example?
Who's in class? Some of you guys are in Boncheck. Okay. Okay, what's your example? Removing the redo logs, the control files. Okay, we'll do that. Let's do that. Okay, let's use the next example. Data file lost and needs to be restored to the different location. So this is another example, but you guys will do that for the assignment, and then we'll come back and do it for next week. That one. We change the location. Okay, lost everything, including data files and control file, except for online ready logs. So in this case, we lose everything except for online ready logs. So we're going to remove everything. Remove everything, that's DBF, and remove everything, that's CTL. Remove everything, .ctl, and list. Okay, we are left only with the ready logs, right? So we connect back to database. Connect back to database. What's the first step? Shut down our board. The system are gone, everything is gone. There's nothing you can do. Just shut down our board. Once you shut down a board, you restore from the backup location. This exercise, the assignment is so redundant that all that DBF just put it
Please, the host, my 3,800 is wasting now.
What you saying? Okay. Now let's CP the same to, no. Let's CP all the control files this time. .ctl to /data/tls. Okay, now we can go back to SQL, start at mount, and start the recovery. Okay. Okay. So now you want to do the same as when we lost the control file. So recover database using backup control
until cancel.
file until cancel. Right. You're already used to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, you guys see the difference between the first time and here. Here we don't have percentage U. You guys can see. You don't have percentage U here, so you can apply this one.
So why doesn't it have it?
It means that it can be used. Basically, okay. You can use that. When you have percentage U, it's like you cannot use it. Right? You cannot apply it. Okay. So as you can see, it says suggestion. So it's suggesting you to apply this archive log, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it also giving you the suggestion to apply that one. But from the percentage U, from that information that you have at the end, you know that you can apply it still, but you would see that
it's useless.
Right? It's missing, exactly. So cannot open archive log, it's missing. So what you want to do is want to apply the regular log. So from the beginning, it was asking for sequence 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over it says for thread 1 is in sequence 1. So what you're looking for is basically in sequence 1. When we apply the archive logs, right, for the second archive logs, it tells you now that in order for you to recover, you need sequence 2, right?
Right.
And we still need sequence 2 because no change was made here. So let's exit. Let's exit. We know that we need sequence 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's describe $log. Let's select group, number, sequence, number, what else? Status from $log. Okay. Sequence 1. Okay. We only have sequence 1s here. We don't have sequence 2. So we are going to apply sequence 1. Try to apply sequence 1. But before applying the archive logs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's asking here for sequence 2. And the first time it was asking for sequence 1. So let's exit and recover database using
backup control file.
You see, what it's asking for is in sequence 2. But here we have sequence 1. So let's apply radiolog 1. Let's apply the first one. It's not there clearly. So it might be, however, it might be in the backup location, right? Since it was the user managed hard backup. So let's apply that one. You guys think it will go through?
Everything is to try now.
Everything is what?
It's to try.
It's not trying. It's asking here for sequence 2 and you give it sequence 1. It wouldn't go through.
Yeah, it will not go through.
Yes. So recover database using backup. That's the kind of annoying thing that you have to, that will do it all over again until cancel. Okay, now you need sequence 2. But you can see that here, 3, you don't have it. 2 doesn't have it. Where else would you get it from? From the backup. But for the sake of practice, let's use the 3, the radiolog 3. So / data / TLS / radio 03, or actually it's radio 02 .log. Let's see. Actually, it's going to work. Log applied, media recovery complete. So basically, the sequence 2 was in the radiolog 2, in the radiolog group 2. But since it's who can give an explanation why the information were inaccurate? Like for here. Let's see. Who can tell me why the information was inaccurate? Anyone has an idea?
I think because this one was for the new board. And
For
the new, after removing everything, so I don't know how I'm going to explain it.
You didn't reset it?
The cause is that it's a dynamic performance view, right? So you're only getting the information that you got before shutting down. That's the information that it gives. It didn't give you the updated information, right? So that's why we don't have it. Okay, now let's continue. So now we can alter database. What should we do? Just alter database open or alter database open reset logs?
But once you do a change, is it not reflected directly on the view immediately?
No, not necessarily.
You
can see here that it wasn't reflected here, right?
Right.
Because that view, it should have said sequence 2. When we did this morning, it showed sequence 2, group 2, right? And it was working, but here, it wasn't reflected. Okay. So dynamic performance view are not always, you cannot always rely on them. Probably because we did shut down our board. Okay. Alter database, open, reset logs. Okay, database alter. Okay, we're good. So I think there is one last example that we need to do, and then we're done.
Are we not going to do the backup again? You said each time we use reset log.
Exactly. We're going to do that. Looking for the next one. You're going to do that. Exactly. That's good, Natu. Every time you open reset logs, automatically do a backup. So let's cd back to All right, data. Okay. Remove everything. Then let's connect back to SQL. And what do we want to do? Do the backup. I'm going to copy from slash our data slash CLSDMO, everything to
A backup location.
exactly. And always end your backup. But I already know that it's going to give people problems. So at least I said it.
And Emma,
yes.
I was saying, like, let's use a scenario where we don't like we didn't take a backup and we lose our data files.
Okay, how are you going to record? You lose all your data file, you don't have any backup?
Let me say you lose some and you don't have a backup of it.
That's what we're going to do for the control files.
Okay.
You're going to do that. You're going to remove all the control files from the backup location and the control files from the live location. That's the next example. That's the next example, right? Lost, read-only table space. Okay, that one is not. That's, you just put it back offline, you restore and you put it back online. That's one is. We already did that. Okay, creating new control file after losing all current backup control file. Okay, this is the one what we're going to do here. So alter database, make sure you always end your backups, right? Always end the backups. Okay, exit. Let's cd slash already slash TLS demo. That's listed. We want to remove all the control files.
Emma,
Yes.
what really happens if you don't end your backup? Like, what bad thing happens?
If you don't have backups?
No, if you don't end it.
Oh, try it and try to restore. And try
Yeah.
to not end your backup and try to restore by using those files.
Just try it.
Okay. I know you guys will go through it, so just try. But hopefully it doesn't happen on exam day. You might be there for 1 hour or 2. Yeah. So we remove all the control. I mean, it happens to everyone. It happened to me once to forget to end the backup. And I was like, what's happening? What's happening? But it was just because I forgot to end the backup. It can happen to anyone though, it's not. Okay, so next, let's go to cd slash. All right, now let's go back to the backup location and remove the control files. So we don't have any control file.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't want to remove it now, actually.
Go back.
I thought that I said maybe.
Go back.
No, I didn't want to remove it because it will be extra work, that's why. But we still can do it. Actually, let's make it a real case scenario anyway. So our database backup, CD to there. Let's do it. It's not exactly what we did this morning, but it's okay. So let's remove all the control files as well from the backup. Okay, let's list it. Okay, now we don't have any control files. Normally, we should alter database backup control file to trace as. I was supposed to do that before, but I removed the control files after before, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use ORCL. I'm going to use ORCL trace control files and edit it.
Okay.
Yeah. For it to match what we have here.
Create another control file.
We create a new control file. I don't like it because it's going to make it look hard, but it's really not hard if you back up control file to trace before. But it's okay, we'll do both. Okay, after database backup control file to trace as / data / TLS demo / CTL. That's it. Okay, thank you, ORCL. We can go back to TLS demo. Okay, for that one, I advise you to do that on WinSCP. Okay, that's actually. Student 16.
What is that?
Data. Okay. Of course, we don't have the same data files, but you should have similar structure. Unless you know that you made changes to this, but we should have pretty similar structures. I'm gonna change the name from ORCL to TLS demo. Now we are going to, that's actually a good exercise as well. Now we are going to connect back to SQL.
You want to reuse?
Yes, no, not that one, because we have different data files, as you can see. She has a lot of data files that we need to put back. So let's select name from $v data file. Oh, we cannot view. Okay, it's okay. Where is it? Actually, did I show that on a board?
It did not.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you shut down?
Shut down a board. Okay. So let's leave it like that. We cannot mount it, so there's no point in even trying to view the. Okay, so the data file that we have out here. So we are going to use them. We have them right here, and we have the path. So okay, I'm just going to add. Demo says you want the DBF.
Emma, we need to close the screen.
Excuse me?
You need to close the screen.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, close it. Okay, that's one. Thank God we don't have it for everything. Those strings. That's the thing, is that you want to mimic the structure of it. Or another thing you can do is you can go check in your alert logs. Development. Just remove this. Okay. I'll do the next one. example is here. Production is not here. So production. Actually, let me do this instead of the same. Okay, the next one is we have production 1, you have production 101. The next one is core testing 01. The next one is next one, that's it. Okay. Okay, Anita, did you add control files to, did you add ready logs? No.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so basically, that's because we added new files. But normally, all you would be doing is just remove the space and then use it again. That's all. That's because we didn't backup control file to trace. So it's a good practice to usually do that, backup control file to trace as so that you're able to retrieve them. Okay. In case you want to recover. So the database is.
I have a question, about.
Yes.
On the control file that you want to create, at the level create control file reuse, it's not set.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not set, it's reused. So it's the same thing, right?
Okay. Yeah, because you're not cloning.
Okay, and I need to have a question. Are the size of your regular file the same for ORC and for TLS demo?
On my I haven't done anything with control.
Yeah.
No, the size of your redo logs. Actually, let's do better practice.
It should be.
She didn't touch it.
Yeah, I didn't touch those.
Bello, you are now you live with Anita.
Me.
You ask Anita something, she didn't touch it. So you are Anita's database.
I know what the man now it's now.
Let's check it from here. We'll have the size, the accurate size. Okay. From the Okay, let's see. I want to see all the files. Okay. Okay, let's just start and run this. Okay, let me list it so we can see what we're actually doing. So let's run ctl.sql. Okay, control file were created. I want to alter database, open, reset logs. Wait, did we recover the data files? Yeah, after an incomplete. It's not incomplete. We need to recover. Even if I try database open. So let's recover. Recover database using backup control file until cancel. So this is how you do. Even if you don't have anything and you know that you have database that has a similar structure, you can just use it. If you had 4 regular groups, you could just have put more regular groups. Okay, you guys can see that. What do we have here?
Percentage?
Percentage here, right? So can we use it?
Useless.
Yes, right. So what do you want to do? Apply the red logs, right?
Yep.
What we're looking for is in sequence 1. So slash Cora data
Slash TLSDMO.
slash TLSDMO
Slash log 1.
Media recovery complete, right? Now alter database. We need to open with reset logs.
What a database open with a logs.
You cannot just open. Okay. At the database, open reset logs. So I'm going to give you guys things for this weekend. Why do we use our database open reset log? What it means? What's an infant incarnation? What's a parent incarnation? So, we talked about this. So now that we open the reset logs, what's that database now? It's a new incarnation, right? So the old backup that we have is an old incarnation that is no longer needed for that current database.
Okay.
Unless you want to do point in time recovery and you want to go back to an old incarnation, you can do that with Arman. You can also do that with, you can go back to a previous incarnation with Arman, and you can also do that with, like that, with SQL directly, right? User managed. So I think that's it. Either one last example. No, that's it. That was the last one, when you lose all your control files. But normally it shouldn't be like what we did. Normally, all you have to do is just go back, remove the space. Okay, let me even do it here. That thing, honestly, shouldn't take even 5 minutes. So I'm going to remove ctl.sql. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to connect back, and I'm going to alter. I'm going to do the same thing I just did. So I'm going to alter, except that I won't borrow from TLSDM, from ORCL. So I'm going to alter database, backup, control file, to trace, slash data, slash TLSDMO, slash, let's give it a name. Okay, BCTL, whatever, BCTL dot SQL. Database altered. Now I'm going to leave. Normally you should have backup control files, right, to trace in case something like that happened, in case you lose your control files and everything. At least you would have an idea of a structure, and every time you add new data files and add new stuff to your database, make sure that you alter database backup control file to trace, so you can keep the structure. Now what I'm going to do is we are going to remove all the control files. So rmo.ctl, control files are gone. Let's assume that the control files are anyway gone in the backup location. They are not there anymore. So we cannot use the control files from the backup location. So let's connect to SQL. What we want to do is shut down abort. And let's go to slash data, where our trace control file is. There it is. You see, it's even looking, no, that's not the one. I'm sorry. I need to refresh. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so what you want to do is remove the space here. Boom, it's gone. That's the only thing. You just remove that space here. You don't change anything here. You don't change anything else. You just remove the space before start of mount, and you remove everything before after the semicolon, and you remove the space between standby log file and data file, and that's it. And you save it. That's it. That's it. So exit. Let me list it. Let's connect back. And I'm going to run at bctl.sql.
I thought you're gonna like to chase the path.
Control file created. Excuse me?
I thought you were gonna chase the path and stuff like or data TLSM one day you name it.
What do you mean change the file?
No, I said chase the path like you say like you use R and slash or data slash TLSM one day you do it. But this one is good.
That one is easy, right?
Right.
You want to learn what's the point to learn how if you can do the easy way? If you have the backup control file to trace, if you have the trace control file, you're good. You just come and you know that it's updated one. If it's not updated, we can edit it like we did for the first one. If it's not updated, you have to update it manually, right? Make sure that you don't mix the commas and the semicolons. But that's basic. The assignment 5, you guys, it's due on Wednesday. Okay, recover database.
Using.
Thank you. Using backup. Thank you.
Control file.
You know that one, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Until cancel.
Thank you. Those SQL statement, man. Okay. Percentage U. Is this useless?
Of course.
Yes. Thank you. So we are going to.
We do log one.
Okay. We don't always apply Redulog 1. For some reason, when I was in DB2, it was only my Redulog 2 that would work. I don't know, for some reason. Like from the beginning to the end, it was just the Redulog 2 that would, right? So it depends. Sometimes it will be Redulog 1, Redulog 3, so it doesn't have to be Redulog 1 or Redulog 2 or Redulog 3. Sometimes it might even be the Redulog 2 from your backup. Okay, media recovery complete, alter database opened. Can we do that? No, we need to
reset the logs.
Right. Now we are done for this, and I'm expecting everybody, because this is revision. You only learn 20% of the stuff, but everything else you guys already knew from DB1. The only thing you learn that's new is recover database using backup control file to cancel. Alter database begin backup, alter database end backup. That's the only thing you learn today. Everything else is from DB1, right?
What if I told you I learned everything by today?
Excuse me?
What if I told you I learned everything by today?
Well, then I will assume that you were not in class in DB1. You were not. And that's on you, though.
DB1 we're rushing.
Actually, we rush everywhere. Even DB2 too, we have to rush a little bit. But I know that you guys know this stuff. You guys know this stuff. Next class, we are going to go over the assignment. Okay, let's look at that assignment, what it says. I'm leaving some assignment blank so you guys can think about it. Okay, lost all the control file. We've done that, right? Case 1. Okay, actually, yes. Okay, do on ORCL. System table space loss. So when you lose your system, how to recover it? Actually, it actually gives you instruction on how to fix it. If you use the user, we did that. How to restore and recover, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you use example, how to restore and recover, temp isn't even there actually. If your online Redulog files go down, how do you restore and how do you recover? Control file, if you lose your control files, how do you restore and how do you recover? So we have 2 control files? No, just that one. database loss, if you remove all your data files, control files, log files included, how do you perform recovery? Now, the first thing is, before doing that, do a code backup first. Because if you don't do a code backup, you will, I know that some people will have to create a new database. But the point of this exercise is to recover and restore. To restore and recover. You don't want to be creating a new database, right? So take a user managed cold backup first, right? Keep it somewhere. And then take a user managed hot backup. And it will be the user managed hot backup that you will be able to perform the recovery. Actually, you cannot even do that with the user managed hot cold backup. User managed cold backup is like consistent. So as soon as you recover from all the file, it's just the same back point in time. But with the user managed hot backup, it will bring you back to the time where you currently are, or maybe a little bit back, but not all the way back to like 5 hours ago, right? So please take a user managed cold backup and then take a user managed hot backup and then do the exercise. If someone tells me they crashed a little bit, I won't even take it seriously. I already said that. Take a user managed cold backup. Okay. Now the second part is the assignment requires to create a hot backup of the ORC database using scripts, and using that backup to create a database for refresh. Please all work together to get this done. So you guys should work together to get this done. And if you guys don't do it, I'm going to show you how to do a clone. Yeah, to clone the database ORCL, to do the cloning, but with hot backup. So in DB1, you guys remember that we did the cloning with cold backup. So now we'll be doing that with hot backup. So I'm going to give you some tips. What do you think is a very important thing for you to be able to do that?
Do what?
You guys notice how you recover, right? We needed some informations. Like we needed to apply the archive logs, right? So when you do the clone, it's basically the same as the cold cloning, except that you need to copy the archive logs files as well, right? So the archive logs file needs to be copied so that if you want to recover your database, we'll be able to apply the archive logs of that database, right? Right. So you copy the data file, you copy the archive log files, and you need to make sure that the destination, if your archive logs are in /data/FRA, make sure that the archive log files of your target database are also in /data/FRA. If your archive logs are somewhere else in /data/my personal FRA, whatever, make sure that it's in the same, right? So that's basically it. So you guys can work on it together, and next time when we have class, we'll be going over it. So this is basically it for chapter 5. And then on Friday, you got one class on Friday, and I'll need to speak to Prof about that. We'll do chapter 6.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Emerald, not so soon, please.
I wanted to give you guys 1 week, right, to redeem yourselves a little bit. But the morning class literally, they want class on Friday.
We are one class. We don't have to abide with the decision of the morning class. It should be voted.
The morning class is the morning class. We are the evening class. Unless you want to join the morning class to the evening class, let's put it.
Yes, but they will be more advanced than you. And that's
so that's the problem we always have. But the problem is the end will justify the mean.
And seriously, this stuff about
the reason why we choose to be night class have a reason because of our work schedule.
Our work schedule, for real.
It's very funny. We cannot be having Friday class. Meanwhile, we have already figured out our work schedule, and it's possible for us.
No, that one cannot go. It cannot go.
Most of those
morning people have a lot of time.
Most of them, they are not even working. Most of them, they are not even working. All their time, I often see them in school.
Some of them are working. Come on, some of them.
We have to relate it back to them that we said no.
They are not even working.
Okay, Then we need to have a discussion on Wednesday. I was expecting Prof to connect. I need to ask Prof. We need to have
We already took some other jobs for the Fridays.
Emerald.
It's not a laughing matter. People are serious though.
Manola, not this.
I'm waiting for yesterday 2 days self before one of my.
Ada palava. They're fighting with the money for them, master.
No, this is America. It's not Cameroon. It's not Africa.
I said, Bello.
Yeah.
Yeah, assignment guy talk. So that means we're going to drop all this day. I still do our club before start do the assignment.
Yeah, I still do as soon as I go for the follow and that.
Yeah, Jogo for la tell them no. Small.
Yeah, I understand. That first I say lost all the control file. That means a Jogo of go move all your control.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get a backup.
You have
Okay,
to.
guys.
Yeah.
How was chapter 5?
Silence.
How was chapter 5 for you guys? Was it good?
Emerald, after this, I still gonna follow.
Yes, Emerald was good.
It was good.
Okay,
for
it's
now.
like deja vu, right? It's not like brand new, like sequel was.
No.
No, the problem is not getting it. The problem is when you are punching it.
Emerald.
When I what?
The problem is not listing it. The problem is when you are taking the practical. So that's how we'll tell you tomorrow, the next class, if it was good or not.
Okay.
Emerald.
Yes.
Okay. So my group members asked me to play to you that they need the one that Emerald they had back in DB1. I prefer to telling you it now because I think they're all connected. So they said they need the ones that Emerald they had in DB1. They are probably not understanding this thing at all.
Do you understand what? Chapter 5?
Not chapter 5.
Yeah, a little bit.
They are not understanding the Emerald.
Some
The Emerald now is very wide.
Actually, they feel like the way you
had much time like
actually changed.
Coming down,
The
like,
way you're teaching actually changed. I wasn't okay till today. For example, the homework we had that was due today. Honestly, Emerald, that homework took me like 4 days to finish it. To finish question 1, like 4 days to have the right sequel.
Okay, why did it take you 4 days? If you guys were actually in a group working, how could it take you 4 days? And if you've been stuck for a while, you can come and ask me for the answer. You don't have to wait 4 days. I'm not expecting guys to do that in 4 days at all.
Emma, this thing is research
think
now.
about it, and then if you feel like okay, I don't find a solution, you come to me and I'll help you, right? But I'm not expecting guys to spend 4 days on that. Absolutely not.
Anyway, I was talking for myself, so it actually took me 4 days. I can just imagine someone who let me just be honest. Honestly, in my group, I'm the one guiding my group, and can just imagine someone who doesn't reason the way I reason. I can say 99% of the class, for example, I'm talking in general.
Yes.
99% of the class, I'm sure nobody or few of them understood their homework. And the way, yes, and the way we went the way we did that homework today, honestly, I was really shocked because it took a lot of time. I actually did it the way you did it, but it took me a lot of time. I can just imagine someone who doesn't really understand this thing. It's really like, that's what I realized today. So actually,
I'm talking about sequel, or I'm talking about the new chapter.
No, I'm not talking about the new chapter.
So what's the point?
Sequel.
He's talking about in general.
All right. For example, let me try to elaborate what I believe what she's trying to say. Emerald, there are certain chapters when you're doing you might reach at a certain point, you say, you guys already did this, you guys already know this, and you just flip up and you're going, you understand? Some people really they might have forgotten or don't have a reflection of what you are talking about, and when you flip and you just go, some people.
Then why don't you guys ask questions? Why don't you guys stop me and say, okay, that one I don't get it. That one I forgot.
I was just saying something like, if anyone understood what she was trying to explain, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, that's my point. But sometimes I even ask you, like, guys, do you understand? You say yes. I move forward. Or I notice that maybe 3 or 4 people understand, and they're the only one talking. The people who are not talking, why aren't you talking?
Therefore, the class is not communicating.
If you guys think, like, seriously, if you guys think that I'm rushing, I wanted to see you guys in my class.
Honestly, Emerald,
you really rushed it.
Is that the difference?
I'm actually 1 week behind. You guys know that? I'm 1 week behind. And Prof isn't very happy because I'm 1 week behind. Because I actually take the time, I took the time to go over the whole PowerPoint. But I'm going to show you the example of what we actually did. Like my class, I'm going to show you what we did, basically. Let me use DDL. This is basically what she would do. She would start, she would read the first 3 pages. She would literally read the first 3 pages or 4, and then she would just scroll down, all the way down, just like this, and then say, go read at home.
Yeah, you're right, Emerald. I saw that. You are so patient with us. The way
literally,
the
so if
teacher
you
was
say that I'm not patient, I'm like, maybe, I don't know what to say.
And Emerald, the class is not communicating. That's another point.
True.
You guys need to ask. If I say
I know, it's like no one is talking.
No one is talking.
If I'm telling you guys, I'm expecting you to know, because I know that we've seen that already. Now, if you forgot, just say, wait, I forgot. I noticed that Anita always asks good questions. She asked questions about primary keys, and that's why we really took the time for DDLs. Primary keys, what's the difference between primary keys and unique constraints, right? She knows the answers now. If it comes on interview, she'll be able to know how to answer that, right? Because she's asking questions, and when she gets the answer, she knows it, and no one can take it away from her. But if you remain quiet all the time, I cannot guess that, okay, they forgot how call backup works. I cannot imagine. I cannot just guess that. You know, you have to speak up. We can have 2 weeks. We can even be 2 weeks behind. If I tell Prof, okay, Prof, you need to really take this slow because they're struggling, no problem. I mean, to me, I don't mind. But you need to speak up, guys. You really need to speak up. I cannot guess that some people don't. I know that some of you understand it. And I don't think it's 99% of the class who are lost. I don't think so.
Yeah, it's not 99%.
Maybe the morning, evening, even the evening, I don't think 99 of you guys are lost. I know there is a guy from the evening class who thanked me for the assignments because it made him think a lot and to learn a lot. So if you guys come together and you actually decide to, okay, let's do it together. It's a group work. It's not one person stuck in wherever they are for 5 days trying to, no, it's not going to work. I'm not expecting one person to just figure it out like that.
That's why I love my group.
Right? For example, the assignment that assignment that I gave you guys. The morning
assignment took me so long to do.
The morning students did it because not one person though, the whole group, they came together and they were able to almost do everything. I was even like, very good job, because they really were looking for the answers. If you think that
but Emerald, the problem, I've noticed one thing.
Yes.
Another thing is most of us are mostly focusing on the assignment without even understanding, like interpreting the questions. You feel me?
That's exactly why I gave you those hard assignments.
Talk for yourself. Don't say most.
That's why I gave you guys the assignments so that you would be forced to go back and read the notes.
I'm talking based on experience, and I'm speaking for others.
No, speak for yourself.
Okay, now, Emerald, please continue.
I'm in a group and I hear what people say. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me to speak for myself.
Yeah, speak for your group. Don't say everybody.
I said some people. I didn't say everybody.
Okay, Emerald, please.
Emerald.
Yes. Probably be here in 10 minutes, though. Probably be here in 10 minutes.
Emerald, excuse me. You're good. You do the good job. If you give the class, people need to read the notes. If you read the notes, you're gonna understand it better. And if you understand it better, go back see the video. You're good. The one problem, we cannot do the class Friday. That's why we don't have time to do class Friday. But if we do the class, you do the good job. we cannot complain for the good job you done because the people know the people sometimes is lazy. Go back read the note. If you not see you not understand better, go back see the video. You understand better. That's it. That's it. You do the good job. Thank you so much. That's it. We cannot keep here arguing.
Fali, you can never speak the mind of the people. You understand? If you understand, it doesn't mean the other people do. You understand? If they are using a channel to discuss their problem, it's not a problem. You should not take it for yourself or personally, or you want to like you're talking. I know some of you who go behind back and say the things that are not good. It's better good for you to come out, talk to the public, and let's see how we can solve it. Might be Emerald might think like, oh, what is your problem? Or contact them privately and hey, what can I do to make it more better? You understand? Don't like appreciate something, then you go behind back saying the same thing, something. You understand? I know some of you guys who do that. This is a class, you understand? If they said, oh, we can't talk to Emerald, okay, since you're our group leader, please stand for us and look how you can see into Emerald, and he came like this and share a problem like this. We should look on how we can bring a solution. We should not be saying, hey, no, it's not good. It's not good.
Anyway, Prof is coming in any minute, so we are going to discuss it with Prof. So don't leave. He's coming.
No, excuse me. I say that if I don't understand what Emerald say, I go to my group. If somebody understand better, he go explain to me, hey guys, here, why you don't understand? I ask a question, people explain to me. If for that people don't explain to me good, I go look for somebody.
You are saying something different from what they are talking about.
Fali, you can't refer me to the video when I have a pressing issue. You know, that's
go on the video.
You have to. Even if the issue is pressed, you have to.
Not everything is found on the video, like not every explanation.
I can say, compared to the previous class, that teacher was going so fast.
It's just like Emerald said.
And then you give us a lot of assignment, and then that assignment will help us to understand. That's the only thing.
I was actually forcing you guys to go and read your note because I know some of you just copy and paste and don't really want to try to understand something. And then everything we did, everything is literally in your notes, in your lessons, everything. We're even running behind because you guys should not just paste, at least try to understand what you're doing. That was the whole point. And you guys saw the problem you had in DB1 because people were just copying and paste. It shouldn't be the same in DB2.
And I think Amara is right. If someone has a problem, it's better for you to share in class.
And you guys never ask. When I say,
don't let her go forward if you don't understand.
You guys don't exactly. I know, like, the thing is, I was in DB1, so I know what we did in DB1. I know what we did. So if I see something, I say, that one we already did, and I skip. If you forgot, you can say, okay, I forgot that one from DB1, and we come back to it. But I know what we did. Like chapter 5, we just did. We did most of it in DB1. We only learned 2 new comments today, but everything else we did. And you guys know that.
Emerald?
Yes.
And I also want to add something. Well, you know, in DB1, most of the people, like, for me, I don't think, like, it's really a problem. By the time they understand like, DB1 was DB1 and DB2 is DB2. For me, I think when we were in DB1, most of us, we were like, you know, when you brought like the script, you put it out and we struggle to like have the script just run it. I think in DB2 now, for me, I think what you're doing is not bad, it's good. In the case that it really makes you to really go on YouTube, try to move somewhere. Like sometimes I even call Natu, I say, hey, Natu, please, can you help me with this? I can't have this, you understand? So I think now for me, it's really good, but I don't know. I think if you can contact the group personally and find out what might be, I think they have like a lot to share with you, which they can't share that on the media like this. So if you can contact them personally, then they'll tell you what you can improve. And because I think there are a lot of people who also want to say something, but they don't have that, they can't really like speak it out. But if you can contact them, then we see into the possible solution how we can help them.
If you guys are stuck, every time I ask anyone has a question, I stop. Anyone has a question, you guys don't say anything. What do I do? I move. The people who have questions like Anita or Koji or Fali, they ask their questions. And when the question gets answered, they are good. They remember it and they will never forget it.
Yeah, the truth is
right?
that most people are not
But if you're not talking,
yes, that's the truth.
And then in group meetings, seriously, the morning class, they did the assignment for together, like the extra assignment, and they were able to do it because they came together to do it. If one person is there, the other one is there, the other one is there, and you want to do it, of course, it would take you ages to finish, because it's supposed to challenge you to go back to your notes to do some research. This is DB2. It's not just copy and paste scripts, copy and paste scripts. That's not the goal. Okay, let's wait for Prof. Prof is coming. Since you guys don't want class on Friday, I'm waiting for Prof to come.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Prof.
How are you?
Good.
Fine.
I had to listen to a little bit of the debates, and I'm not sure. The thing is, when something is not working, I don't like to do the same thing, to continue doing the same thing. That's just me. Am I correct? You understand? When something is not working, if you can continue doing the same thing, that it will change. That is called insanity, right?
Right.
Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Just give me 1 second. Let me grab it. That's what I'm running all over this.
So why don't you just make it optional then?
No.
No, it doesn't work like that.
I don't know.
Why not? I mean,
Hey. How can you say they should make it optional now?
The option of that one is because some of us will be missing out.
I know.
It's a school. If they say the school is from Monday to Thursday, it means school is from Monday to Thursday. It's not that other people have Monday to Thursday, other one have Monday to Friday.
Thank you. Think like, you know.
Make an option at first. Psychologically, you are already thinking that you are missing class. You are disturbed wherever you are.
I mean, because honestly, the way it is, so what if they decide that morning class, they're going to have their class on Fridays, and then we don't have class on Friday?
They cannot decide it like that. How can you say they can decide morning having on Friday and evening not having? How can you say that?
All right, so we're saying, I'm not here because things are going on well. If things are going on well, I'll come, I'll say hello, I'll joke, and I'll go away. I'm here because we're lagging behind, and we're looking for ways to make folks catch up. When we started DB2, wow. When we started DB2, I told you all that we are going to give you the day 3 off, mindful of the fact that you're going to use it justifiably and you're going to use it wisely. And what does that mean? It means that you're going to be caught up with assignments, you'll be catching up with the speed at which you are going. If we see that there is need for the 10th day, excuse me, we're going to come back and we're going to get it done. So I came back this morning and a lot of who have not done assignments, and I said, okay, we're going to use the Friday. And I hear you guys don't want it. What do you mean by you don't want it? You don't want it because you don't need it? If you don't need it, prove to me. You don't just want, you don't want something. Tell me that I don't want it. We don't want it because we don't need it. And tell me I don't need it because I'm up to date with my assignments. Trust me, I will not even be here. If you're up to date, then let me know. Then let us know. I will move forward. Nobody wants to throw something to you that you don't want, but you just prove it. That's 3 times a week, and I told you very clearly, you know, If we are going on, we go up to pace with everything, with this 2 days is fine. I really want to, what is that thing called? How do you call it? You take a kid and then you hold their hand and go. I said, we're going to go hands off, a little hands off. We'll go have 2 days of class. The third day we'll take our hands off so we'll see how DB2 can go. So if we take the hands off and you are stumbling, what does it mean? You're not ready. Somebody still needs to hold your hand on that day 3 because you're not walking. If you was walking, I mean, I heard all of what you were saying for the past 5 minutes. A lot of people expressed themselves and said that we're not there because we're not there. Some people are not following it up, and then Emerald says she comes to class, and why am I not surprised? The usual folks will ask the questions and they'll answer, and they'll be fine, they'll go ahead. But if that was the majority of the class, then we would say that's the majority of the class, but apparently not. That is not. And people are up there with assignments. I don't want to do it because I don't understand it. Come on, man. What do you really think? We've done these things before, over and over. Your class 26, maybe 25 before. It means we kind of have expectations. I'm not pushing. Yes, it's COVID, but like I told the folks this morning, if you miss 1 or 2 weeks, no problem. But if you are on pace to miss 4 weeks, something's got to be done. Because that's exactly what it is. On pace to take this. This is the first part of DB2. Performance swimming and 12C are still coming, you know? And those ones, they have the time that they have to take too. So we gotta step up the thing, we gotta step up the game, rather than just say, I don't want Friday. Why don't you want it? And I want you to hear tell me, I don't need it. It's always yummy, we're all adults. And if you don't need it, okay, prove to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not forcing you into anything. If the morning class wants it, they'll do it. Everyone will take a class and move forward. You see that who are they to just move forward? They have decided to. You decided not to. Are we not adults? If they decided to adopt a 3 day because they see that it's going to work for them, then they have. And if you have decided not to, then you too have. But deal with it. And its consequences too. So we move forward. It doesn't matter. I'm not teaching the morning, I'm not teaching the evening, it's fine. But the next day we're going to continue from where we left off, you know, and move forward. After all, if you're up to the task, that's what you told us. If that's what you're telling me now, fine. I will work with that. Not forcing anybody. I need to do some research and come back and see where you are. And that's what's going to make the determination. Who has submitted what assignments, who knows what, and who does not know what. And you better be honest. You better just be honest. Because what? I mean, what are you doing Friday night? Within this time? If it's not clear, I mean, someone wants to give you a class and you say no. Why? I mean, what else are we doing? So let's have this conversation. I'm ready for you now. Let's talk. Somebody talk, please.
Some of us feel like we're very productive because on Fridays we have our group meetings. So we feel we're very productive during that time, and the need for a class is not very, you know, we just feel like we accomplish a lot during our group meetings on Fridays.
Okay, that is you as a group. How many of you are in your group?
We're 7.
Good. See, that's the number, 7. Okay. Which other group are we talking about? Who else? Koji, what's your group? You have your group? Brian, can you put in the same group with Koji?
Yes, boss.
What do you do on Fridays?
We normally hold our group meeting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes on Sunday too.
Okay. So what is is anyone backwards on the assignment so far? As in not submitted?
Well, for some people who do not submit that, like Bello is having an issue with
I saw he showed me today, but I mean, I'm sure he was not just clicking correctly, because when he clicked it worked. So he should submit. Who else?
And Chinedu also, because he had a problem with the database, but Emerald We tried to at Emerald, and we said this week on Thursdays, then we're gonna pick from there, like stand the assignment and submit them too. So that was all.
Anita, how many people in your group do not have not yet submitted all assignments?
I'm not sure. Can I ask a question though?
Yes.
So if we have class on Friday, is it gonna be just revision, or is it just gonna be to continue with the schedule or the? Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know yet. But if we have a class, now Emerald can come in, and if everything was finished on Wednesday, she can start something new on Friday. But that has to be in the case where, you know, we have a unanimous. We come to a unanimous decision. What days do you have your group meetings, Anita?
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Okay, you have Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Okay.
And then if we're not done, sometimes we meet up on Sunday.
On Sunday. So what we're saying is that which other group? Maybe I've not yet dealt with all the groups. So at least I want to see where people are and what's working for them. Which other group? Renata,
well,
what's your group?
Okay.
Anita has a lot to say.
Yes, I mean, if we're going to be having class, I don't feel like there's a need, because people are complaining that it's a bit fast. So why not just take the time to revise in your group?
So
instead of having another class altogether.
Okay. If I am saying that you are on pace to lose a month plus in this DB2, on pace to, because frankly, I thought you guys must have finished the user managed backups that you're starting today. I actually thought you would be starting, what is that thing, recovery catalog. Because I asked somebody, I think that's how this thing got my curiosity. As I said, wrapped up with recovery catalog, I said, what? I think, oh, hold on. And I realized that this is the 4th week, which means what? We're supposed to be halfway done. What I'm saying is that if DB2, right, normally takes 2 months, and you take instead of 8 weeks, you take 10 weeks. I don't have a problem with that. Do you understand what I mean? But if I see that you are on pace to take 12, 16 weeks, it's not acceptable. That's why I'm intervening. And I've intervened before in other classes where the pace was really dragging behind. I've intervened to try to see how we can push or accelerate this. We're not going to make that decision today. We're going to make that decision on Wednesday. So I'm not imposing on you, but I want you should be introspective. You should think. I want to see about the next group. Do you understand what I'm talking about, Anita?
Yes, sir.
You talk to your friends, talk to your classmates, talk to this, get a debate, talk as a class, and let's move forward. This thing as is, we all must be comfortable, but we should not be liabilities to all each other's liabilities. You can't just say, I don't understand it. You don't ask a question in the class, you don't ask a question in the group, you don't do the assignment. What do you really want to happen? In that case, we gotta let go. I told you that we're going to do this thing together until you start becoming a liability to the group, to the class. Then we got to let go. Renata, were you talking?
I said Silver Spring Group.
I did not ask the name of your group. I said, where are you on assignments? Where is everybody on what? Where are you people on, how's everything going?
Everything is going fine. We actually meet on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday. And basically Saturday we just do Saturday we do our DB. So on Friday go through one work. So
what days are the class? What days do you meet?
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So you don't have a problem with Friday?
Of course we do.
What do you mean by we do?
We do. That means actually we have a program. That's what I was trying to tell you. On Saturday we do our DB1 revision. That means Friday they go through their DB1. Though we're not meeting, but they go through their DB1 work. So I don't think they will be comfortable with that Friday class.
How many of you are in that group?
11.
11. Okay. There is another group that I am missing. There are 4. You have 4 groups, right? Who's that? I know the people in the group, but I mean, because so many of you are not here, you are 24 in here, you're supposed to be about, well, there are about at least 10 to 15 people who are not in the class. What happened? Where are they?
Maybe they attend the morning class.
Was there in the morning? Where is, what's her name? I think she's a group lead.
Natalie.
Where's Natalie? Yes, Natalie's group.
Well, I think Natalie is not here. Maybe attend the morning class, but for my group, we do good job. We did to do class, we did to do tests, we did to everything. We meet almost every day. Every day, almost we meet.
Okay. How many of you are in the group, Fali?
Is it 13 or 14 people in the group? We meet
13 or 14 people?
Yeah, we meet almost every day. Sometimes.
Who is in your group? Natalie?
Natalie is the leader in the group.
Sometimes. Oh, okay, Natalie's in your group. So where are all the members?
Some people attend the class. Some people attend the class in the morning. Some people.
Because I'm not seeing Natalie. I'm not seeing VI. I'm not seeing. Oh, many. In fact, yes.
Yes, some people don't take. Some people take the class in the morning, and the afternoon you go do like exam, like.
I saw a number of them doing exam today.
Yeah.
I'm just from school.
Olivia do exam today, pass the OCP today. Some people do the exam, pass the exam. Like it pass the morning, you do the exam because we working hard this time. For will, but for cash working hard this time. That's why we deal. For us, we don't have a problem because we keep it the schedule. Friday, we meet on Friday and the 6th. We begin Friday and the 6th. We keep it the same schedule, the class. And the 6th Friday, we meeting. We meeting Saturday. If we not finish Saturday, we go meet Sunday again. But after class, we meet. After class, we got schedule. After class, we keep it the schedule at the beginning. After class, we meet.
So you say you are about 12 to 14, right?
13 to 14.
13 to 14. Okay. Yes. What is your take on Friday class? But you say you're all caught up, right?
Yeah. We keep it the schedule for learning by ourselves. You know, Prof, when we got a lot of information, we need to have a lot of time for the deal for this class. But me, I think the DB2 is the last. Too much research. While you got something, we need to go do research. That's why we keep it. We meet this time a lot. We learn a lot. That's why for us and the Friday is productive because the Friday we keep the same schedule. We keep it studying together. If you say you go bring class on Friday, we not gonna have problem because we got the same schedule, and then we meet in 6. We got the same schedule.
Okay. All right, so we have basically touched the four groups that I think, that everybody belongs to. Please, I want you to think about it, talk about it as a class, go to your WhatsApp group and talk about it. We are not catching up with the time. We are not going to force Friday on you if you don't want it, right? But again, like I said, prove to me that you don't want it by finishing up your assignments, by meeting up as a group. I want you to tell me, yes, we'll meet. You see the way Fali is talking with confidence, and Anita is talking with the confidence. Renata, everybody's saying that we're meeting. So who is the liability in the class? Why the assignments not being done or recorded? So whose liability now? Since everybody is so good, doing so well in their groups, the 3 people or 4 people who are holding us back cannot hold us back. We cannot let go. So if you are going to maintain the commitment that you are going to do what you are going to do, then we will work with you. But again, as I said, I'm not making any sporadic or rash decision. I'm going to take my time and go through your work, and then we'll meet on Wednesday and we'll come up with a decision. But talk amongst yourselves. But note that we are behind schedule. That's what I want to say. We're not going to force it on you. So if you will take your commitment that you're going to use your Friday judiciously, Emerald and I are going to sit and we'll make up a lot of, so we will see where you do assignments or you will do a class and a chapter a week and we'll finish this thing. What I'm saying is that there are more challenging chapters ahead. This one I thought we'll just brush. I thought it would be two chapters a day because it's mostly revision, just like you all know that. But if we just keep stepping and marking time, that's when the complications get in. But if we keep moving, I will not be trying to put in any additional classes on Friday. So get introspective, think about what you're doing, look at where people are, be true to yourself. That's the most important thing. Then let's have that conversation and we'll see if we need that Friday's class. So meet with as a group talk, meet as a class talk, then get and connect now. When Emerald can get a conversation with her when she comes in, I'll interject at some point, she'll hint me that I can come in now, and then we'll have the conversation. Does that sound like a plan?
Wait, what did you say? You say meet as a class?
Say that again.
You say meet as a class first?
No, I was saying that what we have said now, right? Or what I've said now that I want you to think. The idea is, should we, that's the question, should we have Friday class? All right? That's as a person, you must first think about it. Then as a group, you talk about it. I'm just saying between today and, so talk about it as a group. Then if it is a no on all the groups, then just tell me on Wednesday that it's a no, and then we'll see how we can move ahead. But again, you should be introspective. You should think about it yourself. Are you losing? Are you gaining? Then we can work something out.
It depends on what we're doing with the extra day. You know, if it's revision, then I don't think it's a loss. But if it's like getting more knowledge, I mean, extra work, then I don't know.
The thing is, Fridays are meant for you to do revisions and do assignments. If you cannot do it as individual groups, that's why I'm sending somebody to do it. The schedule will remain the same.
Okay.
Yeah, can I?
Yes.
So how about if you do an assessment by yourself, then you, like what you did in the morning group? Yeah, like
what happens?
Like you just do an assessment and to see, like to give us a week and to see if we are really catching up. Then
I told them I'm the one who's told. Okay, Prof. So basically, this morning I told the morning class that I can give them a week, right, and see how things move. And they literally said no. They want to have class on Friday. They think an extra class on Friday would be more beneficial because they meet as a class. They don't just meet as a group, but they meet as a class on Friday. And they notice that when they meet, only 25 people are connected instead of 50 people, like they're 50 or up to like 55.
Yes.
So 30 people are missing, and they were like, it's better if it's like a class so more people will come in and be committed. And the morning class, I know that they work hard. So coming from them, I wanted to give them one, but they were like, no, we want to have class, please. But the evening class doesn't want to have that class. So that's basically the dilemma right now.
Okay. So morning is they basically made up their mind that they want to have it.
Yes, they literally say they really want to. I wanted to give them a week, but they say they want to have it now.
Okay. And evening classes, they don't want to. Is it unanimous? I think it's unanimous too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll plan it such that we can plan it such that morning will have their class, which is a revision for everything. They can meet, then we can have it from 12 to 2 maybe, or something of that sort. I know we had that split thing on it anyways, right? We had a split class where they were supposed to meet as a group on Fridays from 9 to 12, then they meet as a class where they will talk about it. Someone leads a class from 12 to 2. That's how we initially, but all of that we can revise it and see what should happen. Evening class, if you don't want it at all, every group is fine, then that's fine. Do not teach anything new, but they'll go through everything. Does that work for you? Evening class, we might as well just resolve it now.
It sounds good though.
You
Take it again.
guys,
It sounds good.
And
Prof,
also, Prof, I wanted to add something that,
the truth is
considering the
that
fact that they say that they work a lot in the group, I'm not doubting it. It means that I'm not going to go slow when I meet with them, because I would expect them to be doing the work on Friday because they're not there, so they are doing that work on their own.
Absolutely, that's what they are telling you and I
I'm not going to
now.
slow down. Don't think I'm going to slow down. Yes.
That is what they are telling you and I right now.
Okay.
Because it is what we are going to do on Friday. Since it said, as long as it is not new work, we are fine. That's what I heard.
Okay.
Right?
Of course, the morning class and the evening class is the same class. I think we're supposed to be not almost the same level. Almost we receive the same material. If the morning class do part like class and like Emerald go off there, maybe help them. You go giving something new. Every day when we working, you go see, you go receive something new you missing. That's why we go missing Friday too. Like class. You go see this one different, maybe the end the DB2. When we go to the project, you go see this one, just a little difference, you go see.
No, but we had a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. We can do class on Friday.
There is a choice, and I put it out there, and you said no, and I said, okay, it's no problem. Then he said it was unanimously accepted in the morning. I said, you're not going to teach anything new. You understand what I said? Yeah, she said you were going to go through whatever they had. They just need guidance in doing the homework. Basically, is you log in, what did you have wrong? Okay, this is how to do it. You log in, you say you don't need that, so it's okay. We'll just do it for the people. Nothing new will be taught, will be introduced.
Okay. Should we take some time to think about it?
Prof, just give us some time.
Yeah, to Wednesday.
I told you I wanted us to come back to revisit this on Wednesday. That's what I said, right?
Yes, Prof.
Yeah,
just give us some time so that because most of us to our major problem is the way we already, as the class started 2 days, we already arranged our work schedules for Friday. Most of us picked up shifts on Friday.
No, but I specifically advise against that because that is what is going to bring this problem. Because that is what is taking the class backwards. Because
yeah, that's exactly what's happening now.
Exactly, but I specifically advised, I said, Friday was not to go and pick up another shift. You should make it as if I'm just simply, all I was doing was extracting the teacher out so you could talk more amongst yourself. If it is working, then that is what is supposed to happen. But if people leave there and go take shifts, and when we meet on Friday, the group meets, you don't meet, you are lagging behind. And that's where the vulnerability comes in. As I said, everybody should introspectively think about this. We talk it out on Wednesday and we move forward.
Okay.
All right, boss.
I hope it's fair. I'm trying to be fair to everybody. Please, if you are not talking, it means you will accept what everybody else person is, what every person is suggesting. So we have to make these decisions together. But in the event that you do not talk, we'll make it and then move forward. All right?
Yes, boss.
Yes, boss.
Yes.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Emerald.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night, boss.
Hold on a second. Is Natu in this meeting?
Natu is
Yes, sir.
Why did you say nothing?
I said, nah, I spoke.
If you spoke, I would have heard. I wouldn't have asked.
You didn't recognize my voice. I spoke.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, it has
Why
been a
would
long
I
time.
recognize your voice?
It was a hot topic.
It has been a long time.
Long time you your voice, you started drinking champagne, your voice was spinning.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, people. Good night.
I miss those type of words. Good night, sir.
You miss what? Champagne?
What you just said?
Yeah, sir, we miss your voice.
We miss your
voice.
I beg. Una leave man me going.
I'm here.
Say bye bye.
Shut
Bye
up.
bye.
You don't go take shift. You full funny man. Who said you take shift? Go and take shift now. Come and be disturbing the class. Say,
bye bye.
Go class on Friday. Bye, folks. All right.
Hi. Whatever get bad move so. I swear. All right, Emerald.
No way, stop noise.
We will.
Sorry.
Us. When I go no class or finish.
Yeah, the class is done. I mean, the class has been done since 9.
Thank you, Emerald. You're doing a good job.
Thanks. Next class, we start chapter 6.
Thank you, Emerald.
Okay.
We're studying chapter 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be doing the homework.
Mhm.
I know we have to do the cold cloning. Actually, we will be doing the cold cloning next class. I'm sorry, the hot cloning, and we'll start chapter 6.
Okay.
So that this weekend you guys can do the cloning and start using Arman as well.
Can I please share my screen?
What's wrong?
Share screen, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
I bet carry a while ago.
It's homework.
If it's homework, then you need to
Share your
refer
screen
to
in your group.
Share screen.
Nato, I wanted to speak my mind. I wanted to speak the mind of others. You were saying, no, speak for yourself. That's what
I say speak for you and your group. Don't say 80% or 90%.
You didn't make mention of my group.
I mentioned.
She mentioned it.
You were fighting. Your blood was.
And besides, I didn't give a statistic. I just said some
it's
people.
because your blood was so hot. I don't